As a black man in what might be the last Black History Month ever, I really wanted to love and support this movie about a black Captain America. It was aight. This movie wasn't as bad as the internet is making it out to be, but we are talking spoilers, so if you haven't seen this movie yet, go watch it and then come back. Captain America Brave New World is a movie that I was actually looking forward to. I don't remember when it got me, but I feel like I didn't like the first trailer that much, and then I saw the second trailer and maybe that's when it got me, and then I started reading that this movie was going to be kind of in the same light as Captain America Civil War, Captain America Winter Soldier. I love those movies, and after watching this film, I do feel like it was built kind of in that same feel, and like I said, I just don't feel like this is as bad as the internet is making it out to be. It was okay. I feel like in the state of Marvel right now, it's not just me. I don't feel like this is a case of just having superhero fatigue. It just seems like over the MCU, it's just this dark cloud, and rightfully so, in my opinion. I mean, when you talk about the way that they work the special effects crew, when you talk about all the rewrites and the reshoots, and they seem to not have a plan, and then the way they did my man Jonathan Majors, it just seems like the MCU right now is kind of trying to just figure it out as they go. I feel like after that Infinity War saga, that was kind of the peak of what Marvel can do with all these characters and all these movies, because for me, Infinity War is one of the greatest movies I've ever seen, period, not just superhero films. I'm not the biggest Endgame fan, honestly. I might have seen Endgame twice in my life. They had moments, like obviously when they came out at the end with all the superheroes, that was great, but overall I wasn't the biggest Endgame fan, but it was still a nice way to wrap up a saga that's been building for the last 10 or so years. And then we get this stuff, and then they're building up Kang, and then they get rid of Kang, and now they're doing Doctor Doom, and now they're bringing Robert Downey Jr. back, and now we're getting the clash of the universes and all that. I don't know what the hell they got going on. Like after Endgame, I don't remember all the movies off the top of my head. I don't think I've really enjoyed any of the Marvel movies since Endgame. But when they started off with the TV shows, like I thought they were pretty good. Like WandaVision, I don't know why that show was getting killed when it first came out. I still think WandaVision was a great TV show. I thought Loki season 1 was really good. I haven't seen season 2 yet. I thought the Falcon and the Winter Soldier show was actually really good. I was surprised that I enjoyed that as much as I did. So when they started doing all these TV shows, I feel like that's kind of when Marvel started to really kind of lose sight on what they wanted to do, because with these TV shows, you got to connect so many threads and stuff like that. And like I said, they just scrapped the Kang dynasty, which is really annoying to me. And now with this multiverse saga, it allows them to be lazy and just pick people from different universes and stuff like that. So when it came to this movie, I had no idea what to expect. So Anthony Mackie's character of Falcon is now the new Captain America. And for some people, if you're a piece of crap, you have an issue with it being a black Captain America. It is a fictional created character. These aren't real people. I never cared about Falcon, but I am a fan of Anthony Mackie. I mean, this guy played Papa Doc in 8 Mile, and he played Tupac. Happy Black History Month. So you have Anthony Mackie, and then you have the legend and Harrison Ford himself, and it's still crazy to me that he's in an MCU movie. That just doesn't seem right to me. I don't know why, but Harrison Ford, I don't know how other people feel about this. I literally just got out the movie theater. These are my raw feelings. I thought Harrison Ford in this was really good. I enjoyed it. I don't know if I'm just biased because I'm a Harrison Ford fan, but I enjoyed him in this movie. So I thought this movie was okay. I don't think it's trash like a lot of people on the internet are saying. So let me just start with the things that I do like about this movie. Again, I thought Anthony Mackie's performance, I actually thought he did pretty good in this movie. I feel like this was the first time that I've seen him as the lead in the film. I feel like he's usually like one of the side characters, but the guys around them, I forgot his name. I'm terrible with names. The guy that's the new Falcon, he was hit or miss for me. I didn't like him at first, but as the movie went along, I was like, I can tolerate him. And then the other guy, the black guy, the super soldier, something Bradley. I don't know if he was in anything else, but that's one of the problems that I have, because I remember him in the Captain America TV show. And if you don't watch the TV shows, I feel like with some stuff, you're just going to be really confused. The thing that I love about this movie is that it was a more grounded story. We didn't need a cosmic being. You know, the entire world wasn't about to blow up. It wasn't the clash of the multiverse or nothing like that. It was a war amongst countries. I'm also happy that they brought back I think it was the Celestial, I believe that's what it's called, from the Eternals, because the Eternals came out, it was this big ass thing in the middle of the Pacific Ocean or Indian Ocean, wherever they was. And they just kind of didn't mention it for a few years, and I'm glad that they actually brought it back. And now the countries are fighting over the Celestial, and what's the reason that they're fighting over it? Adamantium. Jesus Christ. Adamantium. Jesus Christ, I'm sorry. So when I heard that, I kind of sat up in my seat, because that just means that we're getting closer and closer to, hopefully not just Hugh Jackman, but we're getting closer and closer to Wolverine, which means we're getting closer to the X-Men. That's what I'm really waiting for with all this MCU stuff. But I enjoyed, I feel like a lot of the fight scenes in this movie, like I usually hate the ending of a lot of these superhero movies, but the final fight between Harrison Ford and Falcon, I thought was actually really entertaining when he actually became the Red Hulk. I was kind of disappointed because in the trailer, the Red Hulk was this big thing for all of the trailers, and then in the actual movie we only get Red Hulk for maybe 10 minutes, but I thought that part of the movie was entertaining. The scene where they were at the Celestial and it was like the Japanese fighters and they were fighting each other, I thought that entire scene was incredible. I remember when I checked my phone, I was like, okay, we got a whole another 45 minutes left in this movie. To me, that was my favorite part of the movie, with the fighter jets and the other Falcon getting injured, and to me all that stuff was really entertaining. The story for this movie I thought was okay. I mean, the villain and some other stuff I'm going to talk about, and the stuff that I don't like. But it seems like the main thing with this movie is that they wanted Harrison Ford's character, who plays the president, they didn't want him to die. They wanted him to ruin his legacy. They wanted him to ruin his image, whatever. Kind of felt like I seen like in one of the Batman movies. I feel like it was the Dark Knight. Joker just wanted to make Batman kill and be bad and stuff like that. Kind of seemed like that's what they were going for, just done way worse. The movie in general was okay. It wasn't any points to this film where I was like, damn, I'm really bored. Damn, I really want to leave right now. It was just cool. It was entertaining to watch. Like the whole White House scene with the mind control. Like I thought the mind control aspect of this film was really interesting. Again, the guy that played, I forgot his first name in this movie, but something Bradley, he was the black super soldier who was locked in prison for like 30 years and experimented on. I really enjoyed his character. I wish he played an even bigger role, but he kind of just disappears for most of the movie. And now that I'm thinking about it, I don't know what my score is going to be, because I feel like I'm gonna complain about a lot of stuff, but that's what I liked about this film. I like Anthony Mackie, I like Harrison Ford, I like the group of characters enough that they had in this movie. The story was cool enough. It wasn't the greatest thing, it wasn't anything brand new that we haven't seen before. But yeah, that's probably it for things that I like. For things that I don't like, let's start with the villain. Again, I'm terrible with names. Like I said, I just walked out the theater. That villain was weak as hell. And that's the problem with a lot of stuff in the MCU. I feel like I don't care about a majority of the villains that I see in these movies. This dude is walking around looking like something fresh out of a Fallout video game. This guy is just walking around and like nobody notices this freak that looks like an alien just strolling down our streets. Like once they actually showed him, it blew me so much. Wasn't a fan of his. I liked his power. I liked the mind control aspect of it, but him, like the way he was talking, the way he looked, all that, wasn't really feeling it. I always mispronounce his name and I feel messed up because that's one of my favorite actors, but like I said, I'm terrible with names. You know who he is. I'm gonna post a picture of him. He was in Breaking Bad. He was in the Netflix show Kaleidoscope. Very popular actor. Usually I love him in everything he does. I did not like him in this. This dude is like 60 years old fighting Anthony Mackie's character. Anthony Mackie is tossing this dude around, kicking him in the chest, and this old man is still getting up. I ain't like him at all. One of the big complaints that I always see in MCU movies is the special effects and the green screens. I'm not one of those snobs that I be seeing people on Twitter, oh, this looks bad, this looks bad. Usually it's like, it looks good enough. I can only expect the Hulk to look a certain way. It's not, no, but they're not going to actually do that in real life. So of course you got to use CGI. But apparently with this movie, they had a bunch of reshoots. And I feel like I could really tell, especially at the end of the movie, some of the green screens at the end of this film is fucking terrible. Like, it's one scene of Anthony Mackie at the end where he's talking to Harrison Ford's character. It looks so bad. It was two scenes. It was actually two scenes like that. It was one scene where they were at the Cherry Blossoms where that entire fight, the background just looked ridiculous. But when he was trying to calm Harrison Ford's character down and stop him from being the Red Hulk, they just cut to Anthony Mackie and you could just tell with the lighting, bro, it looked so bad. I'm gonna assume that was one of the reshoots that they did. It looked terrible. And then at the very end of the movie where they had the scene where Harrison Ford was in jail, again, they had a tight shot of Anthony Mackie's character and the background, it just looked really bad. Like, I get Disney, I think their logic behind using a green screen and stuff like that so they can edit, like fine tune it, like up until, like if they wanted to make a change down the road, I get it. But for the love of God, Can we get some real backgrounds and stuff? Like, Jesus Christ. Marvel, I just feel like they lost all the charm. They lost all the cachet that they built over the years, because a lot of these movies and TV shows, it kind of just seems like they just throw them out there. It's kind of, I don't know, it might be money laundering at this point, but it's just like, what do they do? Like, they don't have Chris Evans anymore. They were forced to kind of bring back Robert Downey Jr., which I hate that casting decision of him being Doctor Doom. Thor, I'm not a big fan of Thor movies. I hate the jokey joke after every 5 seconds. I hate that. Maybe I have superhero fatigue. Maybe I'm tripping. I just don't really care about any of the stuff that's going on in the MCU. Like with a lot of these TV shows, like I watched Agatha super late because I don't really care that much. But I don't want to take too much time with this review. Today's my birthday. I kind of just wanted to just talk about this for a little bit. So we can just get straight to it. So on Rotten Tomatoes, as of this recording, as I'm recording at like 5 o'clock right now on Friday, on Rotten Tomatoes as a critic score of 50% and a fan rating of 78%. I'm more with the critics on this one. Like I'm not going to give this movie an 8. I don't think this was a great movie. For my score, I'm going to give this movie a 6, which is an above average. This movie was cool. It's not the greatest thing I've ever seen, but also don't listen to the internet. This also isn't the worst thing I've ever seen. I feel like for Anthony Mackie's character, for what he had to work with, he did a good job. Again, with Harrison Ford, I don't know how other people feel. I thought Harrison Ford was good in this movie. The cast of characters that they had was interesting enough. The story of this movie was interesting enough. I enjoyed the fighting scenes. Like, I still really enjoyed. I want to actually go back and watch that air fighter scene with the jets and Japan shooting missiles and stuff like that, and agents going rogue. I thought all of that was really cool, but the villain was trash. The CGI and green screens, the green screens in this movie, especially at the end. I don't know which scenes they officially did reshoots. I feel like you can really tell at the end of the movie they looked horrible, especially for how much this movie cost. This film was just cool. That's it. But this is better than Eternals. This is much better than Ant-Man. I don't remember all the other movies. Like I said, I don't care about what Disney and Marvel is doing right now. The Spider-Man movie was cool, but this is one of the best ones after Endgame, in my opinion. I feel like I'm just rambling. It's my birthday. I'm sorry. I usually do better in these reviews, but thank you guys for watching. Like, subscribe if you're new here. We talk about a bunch of different things on this channel. What are your thoughts on this movie? Did you like it? Did you hate it? Are you excited for the direction that the MCU is going in? Let me know in the comment section below. Love you guys as always. Tell someone that you love them. Tell me happy birthday as well. Until next time, see you in the next life.